r/am I the butthole? Fair Cupcake 6933 says, am I the buttholer for refusing to look after my housemate's cat and threatening to take it to an animal shelter? I 22 female, house share with Maya 22 female and Amy 23F. We all finished uni courses last year. I'm doing a postgrad course at the uni, they entered employment. We got together via mutual friends as we were all looking for a rental. I spend most of my time at uni or working in my room. 6 weeks after we moved in, Maya came in from visiting her parents with a cat in tow that was hers when she lived at home before uni. She hadn't been able to have it at uni, so her parents had kept it. I was not happy. I hate cats due to a bad childhood experience and was annoyed she hadn't discussed it with us. She just said the landlord didn't mind and that it would be no trouble. Amy likes cats and was pleased, so I was in the minority. For the sake of harmony, I didn't make a big issue of it. I was just clear that I would not do anything for the cat at any point. Few weeks ago, Maya announced that she had a 3-month work placement in another part of the country. She would get free accommodation, so wasn't moving out permanently. She'd still pay her share of rent, but couldn't take the cat. Again, I was not happy, but Amy said she would look after it. Maya left 3 weeks ago. Shortly after, Amy got ill with health issues I won't go into here. It means she has to move in with her parents temporarily. She left a week ago and will be away until after Christmas, so I'm left on my own in the house with the cat. I immediately called Maya and said she had to sort someone else to take the cat. She said that was unfair of me because she hadn't known Amy wouldn't be around and there was no one else around locally who could take it. I said that was not my problem, it is not my cat. She said to give her a few days. The cat is not no trouble. It is needy. It goes outside, but whines by the back door after being out for an hour or so. If I let it in, it's not long before it's whining outside my bedroom door. I have loads of uni work to do and this is distracting. It did this even when Maya and Amy were here, but it's worse now that they've gone. I've been feeding it, but hate having to do this. The food stinks the place out and is running low. It's a week since I spoke to Maya and no sign of the cat going anywhere. I message her daily about it, but she just fobs me off. In desperation, I called her parents directly to ask them to come and get it. They were annoyed at me and said why couldn't I just look after it. They couldn't just drop everything and come for the cat as they live over 3 hours away. I said that unless someone picked the cat up within 48 hours, which is how much food it has left here, I will take it to the local animal shelter and tell them the full story, that its owner has effectively abandoned the cat into the care of someone who does not want to be responsible for it. Maya has blown up my phone since then, calling me an R. Am I the butthole? Edit. Thanks for the replies. I can't respond to them all, but there were a couple of things I wanted to come back on. Firstly, why are some people accusing me of condemning the cat to death if it goes to a shelter? That might be the way it is in your country, but I'm in the UK and the shelter I'd take it to is an Cat 1. They're a charity that look after animals which have been abused or abandoned. They don't put animals down unless they're ill or mortally injured. So if you have accused me of that, you're just wrong, plain and simple. I'd give them full details of the owner and the circumstances around this matter. Maya would be able to reclaim it when she pulls her finger out and actually does something about this. Also, some have got the wrong end of the stick regarding Amy's return. I know I put after Christmas. That doesn't literally mean January 1st. She is quite ill. I'm not going to share details, but even she doesn't really know time frame. It'll just be sometime after Christmas. Could be a while after. Thanks again for your Gracalc says, NTA. I love cats and would gladly take care of this cat to keep it out of the shelter. But the cat is Maya's responsibility, not yours. She should not have brought the cat to the home in the first place without unanimous consent. Forcing someone who never wanted the cat in the first place to take care of it is being an R. Fair warning, you will probably need a new roommate after this. To Pomegranate says. Additionally, it would have taken very little on roommate's part to call a cat boarding place and arrange for the cat to be dropped off there for a few weeks. It's that roommate doesn't want to, she wants to be lazy and not take responsibility of the pet. She's backed up into a corner by refusing to communicate, and it's obvious she is doing it to force Op's hand. Simming Panda says. It would have also been relatively little trouble to arrange with her parents beforehand that the cat return to them while she's gone. Overflow is the best says. NTA. You don't have obligation to take care of their belongings. They will blame you if shit goes wrong. They are I'm idiots to force someone who are afraid of cats to look after it. Do they really love their pets? Invert additional 8463 says. That's what I'm wondering. I would have taken it to my parents, rejected the job, or ideally taken the cat with me. Realistically, I would have rejected the job offer, which would suck out loud in a million different ways. Still, that's a whole life right there I'm responsible for. Found in Wonderland says. I'm side-eyeing the roommate for taking the cat from her parents, presumably where it's lived most of its life, in the first place, but then to abandon it shortly after? Disgusting behavior. Mericat Gamer says. NTA, but if you ask Maya to stump up for a cattery while she's away, it would be kinder. She definitely needs to be sending money. Zoopest says. This is the answer. Maya has to pay for boarding this cat, or find another solution. NTA. Walter Smimmer says. Agreed, much kinder. However, from the post, if they were willing they would have suggested it, or done it themselves, or offered considerable compensation as a negotiating tactic for Op taking the job, which of course she is still under no obligation to accept. If Op were to take the cat to a boarding facility, she would be required to sign a contract for payment. Unless the cat abandoner is willing to sign an e-contract with the facility, or as you said send enough money for 3 months upfront, Op would be on the hook. Porkity, NTA. Am I the butthole? Impressive weight 6940 says. Am I the buttholer for asking my granddaughter's boyfriend to leave? My granddaughter F23, her boyfriend M25, and her daughter, my great-granddaughter, F6, showed up at my door the end of July and asked if they could stay with me for a while because they had been sleeping in his car. Of course, I said yes. I'm a 71-year-old widow and live in a 2-bedroom house. The 3 of them shared the 2nd bedroom. I helped my granddaughter, GD, get my great-granddaughter, GGD, enrolled in school, paid for repairs on the boyfriend's, BF, car. He promised to pay me back when he got a job. He did pay me back $150 of the $850 he owed. He gets a job, works 3 weeks, and gets laid off. He gets another job, which lasted about 1 week. He gets another job, and gets fired after 2 weeks. He gets another job, and quits the first day. He also has an explosive temper. My GD also gets a job, but got fired after 3 weeks. I survive on my social security plus a small pension. It was extremely hard to go from just supporting myself to supporting 4. Last Sunday, the BF gets angry at my GD, starts yelling, cussing, and throwing things. He storms out the door, my GD follows him. He yells, "I'm just trying to leave." I yell after him, "Just leave then." Well, they came back in the house, and all 3, BF, GD, and GGD, pack up some of their things and leave. I don't know where they are. I receive a call from the school on Monday, because my GGD was not in school. The school calls again on Tuesday. I'll let the school know that they have moved out and that I don't know where they are. Then on Thursday, CPS comes to my home asking about my GGD. I answer their questions. My daughter calls me on Saturday, stating that my GD has told her dad that her mom and I had gotten my GGD taken away from her. I have yet to confirm that my GGD has been removed by CPS. Am I the butthole? Mayor Pingeon says, NTA. I hope that little girl is safe, and I hope your granddaughter can get herself together and lose that idiot boyfriend. Accomplished 21611 says, NTA. Something is going on that CPS doesn't think the child is safe with her mom at this point. Your GD should stop blaming others and get herself together. Lemon Charlie says, NTA. CPS are concerned, and it is true your granddaughter is staying in a volatile relationship and not in stable employment or housing. Your great-granddaughter is 6, and her parents and grandmother aren't doing right by her when they should be prioritizing her. Stress says, NTA. Your granddaughter sounds like a hot mess who is in the midst of making one bad life decision after another. I understand the concern over your great-granddaughter's well-being, but she would be the only one I would concern myself with. The granddaughter and her boyfriend are the ones destroying the poor girl's life. May I ask where your child, granddaughter's parent, is in all of this? Impressive Weight 6940 says, my daughter is an alcoholic, as is my granddaughter's dad. My granddaughter and her boyfriend had been kicked out by her mom, her dad, his mom, and his grandma. Stress says, if you're in a position to do so, I would see about doing what you can to save your great-granddaughter from the same fate. The rest of them have to figure out how to save themselves. You held out a hand, and they slapped it away. Tough love time for the adults, but that little girl needs and deserves all the love and security you can give her. She's already been down a rough path and has suffered trauma because of the decisions of the adults in her life. I wish you well. Fragrant Economist 386 says, NTA. If your GGD has indeed been removed from her mother, there is nothing in your post indicating that should be your fault. And you are not enough for asking the BF to leave. When people start throwing your belongings about in your home, they have outstayed their welcome. Of course, it is unreasonable to expect that you should be able to support them on your fixed income. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.